This time it appears, Mark, that police went ahead and blocked this area off, knowing that this was always a bad spot for drivers where they would get stuck. Take us inside what it looks like.
Yeah, they sure did. So this is East 16th Street and Tryon, just north of Uptown. And you talk about this area, it does flood very often, but it's hard to see. We're using our camera that's on top of the vehicle. The water is just gushing into these drains. These drains are being inundated with this rainfall. And there's something else that I've noticed as well. It's one thing for this area to flood. It's another, though, in the distance, you might be able to see the water. There's like almost white caps out here. That water is coming down that ramp and just flooding this area and jamming it down these drains. We talked all morning about these heavy rains and everyone said, oh, it's just raining a little bit. But folks, this rain does have to go somewhere, and the creeks are rising and now these streets are filling up with water. And so the police went ahead proactively and blocked these streets off. I just saw an SUV while you guys were in our weather coverage. He skirted through the barricades right here and he came up to this point like a Dodge Durango vehicle, and he got in here and he backed out. Don't risk it. It's just not worth it. As the rains continue, these floodwaters are going to get worse and worse. Ben and Rachel?
Wow, yeah, that was glad to see that that wisdom prevailed in that situation and that person decided to back out.
And how far away, Mark, how far away are you now from where you first were when we saw your shot underneath that bridge?
So when we first were with you guys, we were actually several miles away. So where I'm standing, I can see Uptown Charlotte and the Bank of America building. It's less than a mile away from where I'm standing. So this is just north of Uptown. And it looks like you have some utility crews behind me over here that they might be coming in trying to clear some of these drains, but it's already taking on as much water as possible. And people, when they come to this area, it's hard to get around and maneuver around here because you have roads that don't lead to the other side of town, except for this one. This is one of the main thoroughfares. So beyond me, you have some trucks, and it looks like I said, some power crews. I'm going to step out of the way. People are trying to get around. But again, there's several inches, if not feet, of standing and rushing water underneath this overpass, Rachel. It's pretty intense. Can you guys tell how quickly it is moving on the shot right here?
It's amazing. And so I need you to be sort of our weather expert right now in the field, because it seems like, aside from the situation behind you, it seems like the weather's gotten much worse since we last spoke to you.
Yeah, it absolutely has. There's no question this rain is coming down at a steady pace, and the wind is not the issue. It's certainly a little breezy, but this rain is heavy. There is no more light rain in Uptown right now. If you're just waking up earlier this morning, it wasn't like this. Now this rain is pounding down, and it is where this cone is. I wish I could show you a little bit better, but it is just a rush of water here. So it is going to continue to flood, and it's going to not just be in this one spot. It's going to be all across town at some point later today. So everyone just stay off the roads and heed those warnings from local officials.
Wow, Mark, thank you. And I mean, really great job pointing out, like you said, those white caps.
Yeah.
Just showing how much water is rushing.
Absolutely, and the wind adding to that too. I think we actually have some video that we wanted to show you of the situation there where Mark is.
Yep, he just talked about it.
And this is that SUV trying to drive into the area, despite the fact, we should say, police have done their due diligence. They have proactively
everyone has.
They put those blocks up. This car going around the blockades, thinking, hey, maybe I can get through the standing water. The one thing that basically everyone says do not do, and then we see them throwing on their brake lights, thinking better of the situation and thinking, okay, maybe not such a good idea.